Hello everyone and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.2 preview playthrough as the New Republic. In the first episode, we went over to Mercker because we're trying to get into the Katana Fleet mission line, so we're going to be bringing these forces out together here, and we're still trying to bring together our military a little bit. We have Mon Mothma over here at Mon Calamari, providing our income bonus there. We took a few of the planets in the south, so we also need to get some more infrastructure on these guys. Let's do that. We used all of our money there.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
What I'd like to do is put those guys together. Let's get Leia back down onto the planet. And we're building a lot of ground stuff here. So this will probably be our main ground production here on Coruscant. And we will
construction complete.
Potentially go for some of these other core planets fairly soon, but I would like to go for Ryodo. So let's get this fleet started to get ready there. Let's move that, and we'll start bringing together some of our ground forces to Luke over here.
Tactical battle imminent.
Alright, so Ryodo, pretty isolated. This is one of the reasons we also want to update the map, because I don't think Ryodo should have been under New Republic control at this point, I'm pretty sure. And there was some other stuff farther north. We can make it more of a north-south divide on the map, and have it a bit more... It's already even, but go a little bit more in depth with the story. Because right now, we're just trying to get one main storyline per GC where we can, or one main story event. So we already had the Katana mission done for the Thrawn campaign, so we didn't want to do too much to flesh it out just yet. And that'll be something we can focus on more with 2.3. But let's get all these guys in here. We can grab that. Let's make sure our shields aren't taken down. And Loki's Throne want to get in there. There we go.
I should be there any moment now. Ready to commence. Orders received.
The assault frigates, I think we're going to switch them from being primarily laser-based, which is really only good for like anti-fighter, to having some turbo lasers, because it should match the dreadnought a bit more, because they are modified dreadnoughts. And the armament we gave them was probably based on a modified version of like the Clone Wars dreadnoughts, which tended to have more laser cannons, because laser cannons in general were just more popular back then. There's very few things during the Clone Wars that would have turbo lasers. But, alright, so there's that main bit of the fleet there done. And this will mean we can send all this stuff from down south up to the north part. So our next priority will be to bring together... aside from the Katana mission, to bring together the Mon Calamari linked stuff to the core stuff, which right now we're split into, and the Imperial Remnant is kind of split into two as well, because we're holding the space over Mercker, and that's the only path they have into the core, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Bilbringi goes into some of the stuff that we have, and that's one of the other things that I would like to change about the scenario.
Bombers reporting in.
Closing on enemy.
Coordinates received.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
I'm in range.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
I think you're... Yep, there you go. You are in range. Yay.
Weapons armed. Roger that.
Calling for me, sir.
Weapons armed. Fire at will.
Alright.
We are victorious.
I've also been going through some of the files and adjusting the range on some ships so that we do want ships to fill slightly different roles and not feel quite as samey as they sometimes do in the current build, or in 2.15. And that'll be something that we work on probably for a few versions in a row. But it's we feel like having variable ranges is probably a good place to start with that as well. Let's get these guys going on here.
Invasion commencing.
The more we can unite this stuff, the fewer choke points we'll end up having to secure as well.
Choose your reinforcements.
Can do. En route.
Alright, let's get those. We'll get some
Course
T2Bs getting
plotted.
ahead.
We've
Right.
secured a
I'm here,
build
sir.
pad.
Ready. Affirmative.
No, get
Got
over
it.
here.
Sensor node
Reporting in.
constructing.
Moving out.
Construction complete.
T2B over. On it, sir.
Standing by. Scouting location.
I'm not going to go too far ahead with any of these.
Executing flyby.
I don't want to run into any turbo lasers if they have them, but I do want to get a decent
En route.
idea of the layout.
Moving to coordinates.
The enemy is approaching.
Roger that.
We've secured.
Okay,
a build
there's the
pad.
shield, or the power generator.
Right away.
We've lost a build pad.
Got a good amount of stuff here. It'd be better if there was like a pipe here that made it look like those were coming out of something instead of just right off the edge. This is another map where I kind of like the
Moving
base
out.
ideas,
Heading
but
out.
when the execution was great. I think there's actually a sensor node over here.
Let's move out.
Was there not?
Let's go.
Yes, there was.
Keep going. This way.
T2B, copy.
Ready to roll.
If we had one of the actual transports, we could do
Roger
this a
that.
bit more effectively. But let's get
Ready to go. We're going in. Over there.
you guys
We've
back over
secured
this
a
way.
build pad. We've secured a landing zone.
I copy. Armor standing by. Form up.
Choose your reinforcements.
Right away.
Underway.
On our way, sir.
Construction complete.
Heading out, sir.
All right.
Adjusting Navicomputer.
Choose your reinforcements.
And we'll need some Plex
Heading out.
soldiers.
Choose your reinforcements.
Well, I guess we can
Right
fit
away.
everything, so no reason not to.
Commander.
Okay, so you
Awaiting
guys...
orders. Heading
One of you
out.
are going to go over there, the other ones can come
Yes,
back
sir.
down.
Ready, sir. Ground target locked. Executing flyby. Copy. En route. Moving to coordinates. Ready for
Oh
orders.
crap,
Roger that.
there's actually turbo lasers defending that. Run!
Bombing run available.
Run! You made it!
Right away.
Nope, you didn't. Never mind.
Roger that. Ready for attack.
See, it's nice to see those actually defended like
Right
that.
away.
Here I was thinking
Fire
I just
support relay.
Reporting.
traipsed through there
Moving
and
ahead.
all of a sudden, out of the blue,
Form up. Initiating sweep. Awaiting orders.
these guys can probably get a bit of a combat boost.
Online.
We're mostly concerned with getting the air units to be not taking over the game like they tend to, and then we can buff up from there. That's usually a bit of a safer approach to take with them. We'd rather
Course plotted.
err away from things being too game warping. And in previous builds, a lot of the air units, especially the Empire of the Hand air strikers, were just super game warping.
Advance. Providing backup.
We've
And that's how
secured
like
a
ground
build
fighters
pad.
are in a lot of mods, which is also why we don't want to go with the ground
Ready to roll.
like fighters approach.
Give me a target. Moving into position.
Construction complete.
I copy. Yes, Commander.
Fall out, troops. Right away, sir. Underway.
Okay,
We've
so we
got
can
your back.
just miss that. You know
Y-wing
what?
there.
Can we... If we do this way, is it going to go from bottom left to top right and potentially hit that? You know what?
Almost there.
Let's
We've
let's
got your
not
Bombing run cancelled.
Roger that.
not do either of those.
Forward. Copy. Heading out. Come on, men. This
Sensor
way.
node
Let's
has
move
been
I
out.
hate when that
sold.
stuff gets trapped in
Sensor
there.
node constructing.
Right away. I'll follow your lead. Form up.
Construction complete.
Awaiting orders. Copy.
You guys are actually
I
most
copy.
vulnerable.
Right away.
All right, men. Take cover.
I've got him in my sights.
We're right behind you.
No.
Moving out.
Ready.
Let's go. Reporting.
Unit destroyed.
Cannon charge. I'll follow your lead.
Unit destroyed.
Yes, sir. Weapons ready.
We've secured a build pad. Turret
Yes,
constructed.
Commander.
Here we go.
Destroyed.
There's our actual anti-armor stuff, finally. I thought they were much closer than they ended up being.
Right out, man.
Heading out, sir. We're right behind you.
Okay,
Fall
let's
out.
make our way up through this street.
Construction
If we get up to
complete.
this base, we are going to be in range. Hold on. That's,
Proceeding with caution.
going to have an AT-AT there. Not what we want. Okay,
Reporting. Yes, sir.
you go over the
All out.
river.
Yes, Commander. Let's
You go
move
up
out.
this way. We're probably going to have to give one of you up. But we're going to bombing run on this.
Form up.
Let's go.
You guys are coming in. Good job.
Target's locked. Ready.
Okay, I'm going to scout out a bit of the rest down
Got my
here
prospector.
with the T2B.
Closing on target.
Actually, can use our still OP orbital bombardment for this.
Unit destroyed.
I copy, sir. Keep going.
We'll keep our eyes
This
open.
way.
We'll
Ready.
assist you.
Keep going. This way.
'Cause,
Over
yeah,
there.
I think that's even been changed in the main branch. I want to say code user saw the last episode, and then
Avoiding fire.
okay, this is still ion cannoned.
Fire. Reporting in.
T2B over.
Fall.
And now we should be a bit safer to come through the map
Unit
like this.
Destroyed.
Uh,
We've secured a build
I
pad.
copy. Over there.
We're right with you.
P4P.
I really wish we had some free runners or something.
Standing by. Scouting location.
Let's get through here.
Executing
We can do a
plan.
bit more scouting this way now.
Copy. En route.
I think we're probably gonna, because our ground units are a bit more underpowered right now. They haven't had some of the same buffs that some of the Imperial ones had. We might end up needing
Ready to go.
the OP bombing runs right now, or orbital bombardments.
A build pad.
But managed to take down the AT-AT there.
Ready to assist. Ready to assist. Almost there. Right.
Not hearing ticking,
Got
so
it.
that's
Right
good.
away. Moving out. On our way, sir.
Okay, there's
Attack.
another one.
The Alliance. Heading out, sir. Fall
Get
out.
up a bit closer.
Unit destroyed.
Damn, there goes one of the T4s.
Moving out.
I feel like the T4s definitely need to be a bit tankier.
Destroyed.
They are tanks, but there's not enough on the New Republic ground roster with enough staying power.
Commander.
So it's not necessarily... I don't know that we'd want to buff their firepower that much, but their ability to actually stay alive.
Yes. Will do. Keep going. Almost there.
Yep.
Situation untenable. All forces withdraw.
Ugh. Not enough. Okay, so we need to actually build up more of our better ground forces before we can
Building
do
under construction.
too much. Let's get
Unit in production.
a couple of
Nebulon beam, bring us
those.
here.
And
Building
We'll get
under
another one there.
construction.
Right away, sir.
Bondor, we should probably turn in another
Constructing.
production facility.
Beginning construction.
Hmm.
Building started.
Mon calamari cruiser
Construction complete.
T2B over.
Let's get
Building
the
under
shipyard or
construction.
the
Bring us
shipyard company there because that'll give us some good bonuses in terms of
Construction
cost.
complete.
And now let's go for Mercker.
Roger.
Actually, these forces from
T2B over.
Packrick, can we send them down
Construction complete.
here as well? Yes, we can.
Underway.
So let's do that.
Construction
What's our graph
complete.
looking like here? The AI still makes a bit more money than the player does. I'm not sure what the hard multiplier is right now, but it's probably going to be reduced. Their military is building up quite a bit more than we are as well.
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh crap! Then our ground units are going to come in there. Hmm. Legion, so 5, 6, 7. I think that's 8 Star Destroyers plus an Allegiance and then 5 Dreadnoughts, or 6 Dreadnoughts. What are you? Oh, that's a Katana Dreadnought. They shouldn't be able to actually build those, but it's AI, so they like to do stuff that they're not supposed to. I think we should just retreat from this. We have too many heroes here, and we have a fair amount of fighter. You know what? Actually, let's
Ready
for duty. Setting
The enemy has been spotted.
let's try to do
Awaiting
a
orders.
run with our fighters.
Take it
Do I only have the? What's the difference with those? I guess it's buildable, not buildable. Yeah, because they are technically same
Copy.
things
I got one on me.
Hey,
or different things.
Take 'em.
I can't take another hit like that.
They're on me.
Roger. We're starting our attack run.
Roger that. Locking on.
Try to take those out as fast as we can. And
Ready
I
for
got one on
duty.
me.
'cause if we can nuke out some of their shields before we actually get in here,
I copy.
6.1.
Flight systems engaged.
I got one on me.
I'm in a tight
so corner start here. Let's get
fighters on me.
Power. The enemy has got locked.
on Furious up to Thermopylae and Value Spirit up there.
Copy.
Enemy fighters incoming.
If we can make it so that we're not fighting against any shields when they get to us, we don't have to take out the whole thing with our fighters. But shields would be a big help.
Enemy sighted.
right.
I need help. I can't see him. Warm up.
E-wings.
I know. What do you need, kid?
Got us targeted.
Easier than the castle.
Alright, you guys all go over there.
Scratch one.
This is bad.
What do you suggest,
Where are you? I can't take another hit like that. My senses are malfunctioning.
Scratch
Okay,
one.
don't go too far up for this. Stop. Stop.
I'm running out of
Keep going. Fine.
Need help.
I'm in a tight spot.
They've taken out our lasers. Our lasers are
Put
gone.
him down. Enemy fighters incoming.
They've taken out our lasers.
Should we go back for the hand? Where's our cover? They've got us targeted. Where'd he come from?
Standing by.
Help.
This is
Can anyone else
All right,
see him?
you're
Where
right.
are you?
isn't great, but we're keeping the Allegiance distracted.
Drive system is out. Waiting
Stay
orders.
out here.
On,
Can't take another hit like
This
that.
baby's got a few surprises left
get out of there if you can.
Enemy fighters.
I know you're being tractor beamed.
I'm under attack.
What's on your mind?
Running out of maneuvers. I'm
We
dead.
lost the primary drive system.
Warm up.
Scratch one.
Our engines
are down.
Hurry up, Jabba's waiting.
They've got us
Can you get away? This way, maybe?
Help.
Okay, you got away. That's good.
Can't see him.
Can anyone else see him? Where are you? Losing my engine.
Alright, good job, everyone. Hit the engines next.
No good.
If it can't get into range, we're possibly okay.
Weapons operational. Keep your eyes open.
Can't take another hit like that.
Crossfire. Encountering resistance.
Cruiser here.
Getting torn apart.
Loud and clear. Back me up.
Let's see if we can get to Thrawn.
On calamari cruiser ready. Shields.
You're taking the brunt of it. I kind of want to change the way this renders. I don't love it right now.
Attacking target.
Got one on me.
Waiting on.
Target those lasers.
With you. Cannons are gone.
Reporting. Changing course to intercept.
Ready for
Target's
command.
incoming.
We're not getting it. No. This isn't gonna work.
Jump to light speed.
Keep your eyes open.
We've lost the primary
Fine.
drive system.
Oh, come on. No, come on.
Our engines are down.
It's no good. I can't maneuver.
Those jerks.
Roger that.
I've been hit. I can't see him. I need help.
What's up?
I need help.
Preparing for jump.
Gotta get
to
what we
light
can out of
speed.
here. Which I think is just gonna be MC-80B. I don't like the damage bonus when you're trying to retreat. 'Cause they just rip through Akbar's shields. God. Started off so well, and then it all fell apart. Hmm.
Construction complete.
Alright, so that's not going to work.
Tactical battle imminent.
We're going to have to retreat all of you.
Over.
Is Lucas stealth hero? Can we just take Mercker with him?
Enemy unit sighted.
Retreat in progress.
Alright, get out of there. That's not fantastic for us. Okay,
T2B over.
we'll have to defend at Jomark. We can still rebuild a lot of that stuff from Mon Calamari. So,
Construction complete.
let's get...
Construction
Constructing unit. Vehicle in
Defiant and
production.
Battlestar Galactica.
T2B over.
You know what? Do we want to maybe grab some both in spies? No.
Heading for coordinates.
Okay, we need to take Ryodo as soon as we
Course
can.
plotted.
Construction complete.
Adjusting navicomputer.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we can make it through with
Mon
this.
Calamari cruiser
But
ready.
let's both inspy that. Often.
T2B over.
Do we have... Yeah, we have a couple of those. Okay. So we should be in slightly better position when we go back in there. And... what can we get that's gonna help us? Maybe a
Constructing
couple
unit.
dauntless? We can probably do a bit of damage here. I don't think we can take Kuat back, but maybe Koralag. We do need to take Ryodo first, though. So,
Moving into position.
get our spies in there. And we can queue up another...
Consider it done.
This is gonna... Right now, this is like... I guess there's Fauna, so we can actually...
Unit in
Corey's winner
production.
and Donegar. Well, next stuff we build, we'll try to build at Fondor. We're good now. What do they have? Okay, so it's just that stuff.
Invasion commencing.
I'm gonna try to retreat from fewer battles than we did in the PA one.
I'm here, sir. This way.
Choose your reinforcements.
Right away, sir. Course
Maximum-
plotted.
So you're probably gonna see a lot more losses like that.
Over there.
I feel like it makes it more interesting, but it'll probably also make people mad in the comments if I lose heroes that way.
Ready.
So
Let's go. T2B, copy.
We'll see.
Let's move out. Ready. I copy. Armor standing by.
All weapons loaded. T4B ready.
Armor ready.
Give me a target.
Affirmative.
you guys
All right, men.
Can
Take
do.
cover.
do that. Draw the fire.
Copy. Your orders. Keep going.
Let's go in.
This way.
Reporting in. Right. Got it.
Roger that.
Ready to roll. Ready to roll. We've got them. Let's send
go.
reinforcements. Roger
destroyed.
that.
Form up. Fire.
We've got your back.
Open fire.
Come on, men. This way.
I feel like we'll have the actual firepower to get through this.
Eating with
We are going to lose a couple vehicles whenever we go through these.
We'll keep our eyes open.
Choose your reinforcements.
Adjusting navicomputer.
Because like our damage output is typically pretty high. It's just the
T4B mobile.
actual unit health isn't super high.
Yes, sir.
And that's probably something that the New Republic roster needs to have changed a little bit
We've
across the
captured
board.
an abandoned sensor array.
Underway.
Bombing
Let's get
run
these guys back over
available.
here.
Yes, sir.
We've lost a
Gold
build
Squadron
pad.
commencing attack.
The
Target's
enemy
locked.
base shield is
There we go.
offline.
Almost there.
Heading out, sir.
I copy, sir. Heading out.
Fall out,
Fire
troops.
at will. Attack.
We'll assist you. Moving out. Spread out, man. For the Alliance.
It'd be really nice to take out Thrawn as soon as we can so we don't have to deal with his combat bonus. Because effectively overall, with Thrawn present, he's doing 25% better. Like your fleet's going to be doing 25% better. So once that's out of the way, we'll be on a lot more even footing. Akbar actually has a similar bonus. Not quite as good as Thrawn, but Akbar and Thrawn are the best in the mod. Let's see if we can just be cheap and take out the entire thing at once. Yeah, that is stupidly OP. That really needs to change. If it hasn't already. I haven't checked the new one yet. But I think that's one of the things that was already changed.
Heading out, sir.
Choose your
Providing cover.
reinforcements.
Well, we don't even have any infantry.
Bombing run available.
Heading out, sir.
Yes, Commander.
Roger that. Heading out.
We've secured
Need to
a
capture
build
that, and then we'll
pad.
try to move
We've
out on the
lost
rest of these
a build
guys.
pad.
I feel like instead of it being set up the way it currently is, if there were a path maybe from here down to here, that would be better. Or another bridge. Just so that it's not such a trek from here to here.
Form up.
But anyways.
Awaiting orders.
We've secured
Yes, sir.
a build pad. Repair
Copy.
station
Right away.
constructing.
Ready. All weapons loaded. T4B ready.
Construction complete. Bombing run available.
Those don't actually
En route.
heal that
Moving
much
on.
that
Bombardment
fast,
of
so
Underway, sir.
really
Heading
not
out.
that strong.
We've secured a build
Give me the
pad.
target. Fall out, troops.
Ready.
Let's move out.
Computers locked
Well,
on
this is
target.
just cheating at this point, but I'll use it. Okay, so that definitely needs to be
Target's locked.
changed.
I'm with you.
Let's move out. Let's go.
You get the ground. We'll
Close
cover
on
the air.
target. Keep
Still
going.
stunned.
Unit
Oh, God.
destroyed.
Ready, sir.
Unit
Fall out.
destroyed.
Tank brigade here. Over there.
Let's go.
Right, sir.
We've
On our
lost
way,
a
sir.
build pad. We've secured a
Copy.
build pad.
And
T4B mobile.
Keep going.
We've lost a build pad.
okay, let's get rid of this
Heading
turret.
assault.
We've secured
First of
a
all.
build pad. We've lost a build
Commence
pad.
assault.
And now we can get these guys coming back in.
Let's move out.
Is there anything else that's going to really take them
We've
out?
Open
secured
fire.
a build
Doesn't look like
pad.
it. We can probably come through like that. Is there a bunker?
Moving into
No.
position.
Looks like it's mostly just these guys.
This way. Ready for attack. Target locked.
We've lost a
Attack.
build
We're
pad.
right with you.
Okay.
Fire.
We've
You get the
secured
ground.
a
ATST.
build
We'll cover the
pad.
air.
Open
We've
fire.
lost a build pad. We've secured a build pad. We've lost a build pad.
Alright, there we go. Alright.
Planetary control achieved.
Really?
Enemy fleet approaching.
Building under construction.
We're at Jomark. Do we think we can hold that? I don't think we can.
Proceeding to location.
Let's get back to Mon Calamari.
Assault Brigadier.
We'll build up as much of the defensive stuff as we can for them here.
Mon Calamari crews are ready.
Construction complete.
Construction
Building
complete.
started.
Golan, I guess. Much as I wanted to build more of our forces in the core, doesn't look like it's going to be feasible. Okay, so it's going to be a slow build in the rest of the galaxy,
Beginning
but
construction.
a Raidu, we can send these guys up here. We'll get this fleet put together. We can take up the stuff at Cocker's Stack. Raidu is actually a pretty high value planet,
Imminent.
so that's going to be okay for us. This is going to be a problem. We have a TIE Defender, a lot of Lancers. They're really not going to be friendly to our fighters. So if we can get this built up as much as possible.
Construction complete.
What do we have here? Is it the shipbuilding company? Yeah. Because they're probably going to get here, we're probably going to have to give that up. I don't want that to be a one-time build thing. I want to change that to something you can rebuild, but I feel like we're probably going to have to defend on the ground at some point with them. So we'll have to sacrifice that for now. Let's
Beginning construction.
try to get Denon ready for an attack, and let's go clear out that victory.
Construction complete.
Heading out.
Or the small fleet here. Before I actually get into that, there were a lot of people asking in the last video why this is such an expensive boarding or a Gallifrey. It's because it's the boarding shuttle. So this is what you use to capture enemy ships, which we will show off at some point in the playthrough, I'm hoping. But there's also a video that I put up on the channel about that already, just showing that off. Right now, we're still in the midst of setting up a lot of the scripts for stuff and fixing some of that stuff. So I don't want to risk doing anything that could impact the integrity of the playthrough and make me have to either start over or start earlier. So
I copy. Decrease to full throttle.
Choose your reinforcements.
Fall out.
Reinforcements
Reporting.
cancelled.
Squadron, move out.
Form up. Let's move
Inbound.
out. Let's go.
We're heading out.
Loki's
Location
throwing it in
confirmed.
there.
Awaiting orders.
Enemy fighters
Need
on
help?
me.
Copy. Fire at will.
Moving to attack position.
Form up.
Encountering resistance.
Shoot 'em down. Enemy fighters incoming.
I've been hit.
Hold on.
Choose your reinforcements.
Roger that. Full ahead. Moving to coordinates.
Where's our cover? I'm under attack.
The model and texture for the Tonfalk are probably two of the best in the mod, but there's still something weird about how they actually render in game, so I do need to take a look at that and see if we can sort out why that happens. Like the way they interact with the shadows isn't how it should be right now. Alright, but there we go. We have most of this stuff taken care of. It's just a quick bit there. Why are you...
Frigate en route.
I guess you're chasing down some fighters. This is actually the VSD we typically test the boarding stuff on whenever we change values on it. So the Thrawn campaign as the New Republic is where a lot of the testing happens for that kind of thing. Because you have easy access, you know what's going to be there. That fleet doesn't move until it gets liberated by the other Imperial forces, which doesn't usually happen because it's so far down.
Standing by.
But
Fire on the shield generator.
Target's coming in
The
fast.
enemy
There we
has
go.
been defeated.
we get all the small victories, and then slowly we can go to a point where we can actually challenge that main Imperial fleet. The big problem for us is that we're still trying to get those parts of the galaxy together, whereas they have everything in one spot. But that's going to be a big help to us right here. So let's get this fleet
Construction complete.
up here, and I would like to go for Corellia. If we can get Duro and Corellia, that'd be good.
Mon Calamari cruiser ready.
Underway.
So we'll have to leave Coruscant a little bit less defended right now. And
Order confirmed.
much as I don't want to do that, I don't know that we have much of a choice at the moment. Fondor, you know what, we need to invest more in the fleet at Mon Calamari. So let's go for the structures, because you don't pay
Building started.
upkeep on the structures. That's gonna fill up the structures on the planet. Let's grab Masochism, which has just Z95s. And next we'll get Breakfast at Tiffany's, I think. Alright, is our fleet together here? Almost.
Construction complete.
Oh, you guys are going elsewhere. Okay, that is our whole fleet then. Alright, let's go for Corellia.
Coming around.
System lost.
Joe Mark, yeah, we gave that up. Let's get
Building under construction.
these guys built in a little bit more.
Building under construction. Tactical
Building
battle
started.
imminent.
Alright, so not much that's defending here. This will be another shipyard for us, because some of the planets were actually upgraded. We made a lot more common to have level 2 shipyards, and basically anything that had a shipyard in canon will qualify for a level 3 shipyard now, and even some of the planets that were just really important to a faction.
Choose your reinforcements.
So
Ready.
the big motive behind that was making it a bit easier for the AI to build up capital ships, so that you have more of a challenge for longer. You can't as easily cut them off of all their capital ship production,
Let's move out.
and so hopefully that'll
Let's go. Keep going.
work to make the GC a bit more challenging for longer
This way.
for anyone who's playing. Because there's always going to be a point where you have accumulated so much that it's unlikely that the AI is going to be able to challenge you in a lot of places. But we want to have that be as late as possible, and we want to have like some events, some AI changes to help slow that down a bit. We don't have the most firepower in these fleets. The way the New Republic is in space right now is honestly pretty much the opposite of how they are on land. Where on land they have a lot of firepower, but very little in terms of defense. In space, their defenses are great, but their firepower is not.
Cancelled.
Because the Mon Calamari shields are all really strong unless you're trying to retreat and save Akbar. Then they just fall apart apparently.
Vectors
But
set.
let's get
Right away.
Nimitz, let's get Bombers Express, Beehive, and Loki's Throne. So
Let's move out.
all the patron ships have different fighter loadouts from what they'd typically be.
They've got us targeted.
So I think like Bombers Express is all bombers.
Squadron reporting.
Some are a lot more useful than others. Like I said, Masochism, Rady decided to give me all Z95s, which is very nice of him. Okay. There's Z95s.
Hit like that.
On the calamari cruiser.
As it is properly pronounced in these parts. The Dauntless has actually attracted a lot of fire there.
Can anyone else see him? Cover me.
I've been thinking about classifying the Dauntless as a capital ship and giving them some of the buffs that would be associated with that. But so far we haven't. I think the New Republic might need it at the earlier levels though.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright. Let's get a bunch of the Dreadnoughts in here. Get a bit more firepower.
We're drawing their fire. Holding fire for maximum effect.
Carracks, because of how much anti-shield damage they have, are actually probably stronger than people tend to give them credit for against the New Republic specifically.
Heading out. Order acknowledged. Fire.
Weapons charged.
Hit like that. Cover me. Enemy fighters on station. Enemy fighters incoming. I'm under attack.
Okay, so they're good.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Squad, I need help. Can anyone else see him? Losing my engine. Where are you?
Holding fire for maximum
Hit
effect.
like that.
Transfer all power to shield.
Choose your
Alright,
reinforcements.
let's do you there, you there, you there.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Reporting in.
That's coming.
Gonna keep those
To commence.
the
Forward.
quasars back a bit.
Weapons charged.
I'm hit. They've got us targeted. Squad, I need help.
Choose your
Alright,
reinforcements.
now let's finish off those dreadnoughts.
Maximum unit capacity.
These are not ours, and I'm going to keep thinking they're ours until I kill them.
Weapons
Enemy fighters on
operational.
me. Enemy fighters incoming.
They're coming around.
Ready.
I'm in range.
There is an issue we are seeing a bit of right now where
Ready for command. Let's do some damage.
some of the ships don't always respawn their reserve squadrons,
Gone.
which is hurting us a bit in these battles. I'm using an older version of the spawn squadron script because we're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on that's making that fail at times.
Squad, I need help.
Because the newer version, I think that part was fixed on the ones where it would work, but it ended up
Choose your reinforcements.
Fall out.
it ended up sometimes just failing on the initial spawn as well. So I figured for the playthrough it would be safer to just go with the older one that only affected the
I can't take another
reserve squadrons sometimes.
Shoot it down. Where's our cover? Someone cover me.
Most of their ships are down.
Commander. Firing. Ready. All craft attack. Cruiser standing by. All craft engage. Cruiser responding.
No, I wanted to hit. Yeah, whatever.
Ready to commence. Weapons charged. Weapons operational. Ready. Mon Calamari cruiser here. Mon Calamari cruiser ready.
Okay,
Ready for command.
now let's go straight for these ships and we'll go for the capital shipyard.
Open fire on those laser cannons. Consider it done.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving ahead. Moving into position.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
Assault frigate here.
Okay, they're apparently free for population cap right now. To fix that as well.
Roger that.
I think what we'll probably end up doing is buffing the weapon output of the MC80B and maybe the Home 1 type.
Copy.
But with the MC80B, we'd probably reduce the survivability as well. So make it a bit more vulnerable, or give it some of the same vulnerabilities to bombers that
Targeting at maximum
battleships have,
firepower.
and increase its ability to do some damage. Because it should probably be their heavy hitter at this point,
Ready.
like their actual damage
Fire
output.
on the ion cannons. Cruiser standing by. Destroy their shield
They're
generator.
falling
Alright.
back.
There we go.
Frigate moving out.
Cruiser responding.
We don't have more of our bigger ships in this fleet. By the time we start having to go up against some of their bigger defense fleets, we're going to have a problem. We lost quite a bit there. Alright, but let's start planning for this. And didn't we have another set of... Oh, they were all up here. Never mind. But is Luke... I was trying to figure out if you were
Mon
stealth.
Calamari cruiser
No,
ready.
Luke isn't stealth. Han and
Construction
Chewie
complete.
are. So, you know what? I'm probably going to send them back to Mon Calamari. I'm not going to take Mercker yet.
Easier than the Kessel Run.
Well, let's get a spy in... Oh, you guys, there's probably two of you. Yeah. We'll leave them there for when we try to break out, because we can just use this guy.
On our way.
Corellia. And...
Construction complete.
I don't want to bring in the wrath of the Empire, but... If we can take out Duro first, that would be nice.
Requesting backup.
Yeah, that's probably a bit
Construction
easier to take
complete.
as well. So, you
Construction complete.
know what, we can go straight in for Corellia, and then we'll be able to take out Duro pretty quickly after, and then we'll at least be able to bring together most of our forces. If not all the way to Mon Calamari, we can probably start bringing some of these capital ships over at that point. But before we go, I am going to start queuing a couple of these guys. So let's get
Unit
1,
in
2,
production. Vehicle in
3.
production.
And at Mon Calamari, we'll get
Constructing unit.
1. I guess we can probably just finish them off.
Constructing unit.
Fondor.
Vehicle in
Okay, so that's going to bring up our capital fleet quite a bit. We'll keep producing some more ground units, and we'll get this fleet at Denon over to the one at Corellia by taking Duro and Corellia. So that's going to be our goal for next time. I thought we'd be going for the Katana fleet mission a bit earlier, but it looks like we're going to have to fight our way back into a position to do that. So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far. And the next episode we're going to put up will be on Tuesday. So I will see you then. Bye, everyone.